Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I get my look that I've been wearing recently. It's kind of like my go-to look, if you will. I'm not doing like an actual like sit down look. I truly like can't be bothered to do any other look but this one because it's just so fast to do, and I wear this look to pretty much every time I go to an event or like if I'm taking like outfit pictures and stuff and like I just want to throw on a look. This is the look that I go to. Such a simple, easy look, but it honestly is such a pretty look that I feel like will look good. How many times did I just say look? That'll look good on everyone. So I'm actually super excited to be partnering with Lancôme for this video using their Idole Ultra Wear Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations ever. So I'm super excited to be partnering with them for this video. So thank you, Lancôme. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this look. So I went ahead and just primed and set my eyes really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the eyes. Eye look is honestly super easy. So I'm using the Milani Most Loved Matte palettes. This is like one of my favorite palettes. It's just like filled with neutrals, off with this shade right here, which is just a nice beigey tan shade, and I'm just throwing this all over my eye basically. I'm doing this look, I usually am getting ready and like rushing, so I'm just like kind of throwing it all over the place. I honestly use like one brush for the entire eye. Like I can't be bothered to go in with anything else. I'm going in with this shade right here, which is called Catch a Tan, I think. And I'm just going to place that in my crease and then blend that out. Shadows blend like super easy, which is probably why I go and grab this palette pretty much every day, just because it's so fast. They pretty much like blend out on their own, which makes getting ready even faster. Just putting that in my crease and eventually dragging that down onto my lid. So once that's down in the crease, sometimes I'll just leave it at that and move on, but if I'm going a little extra, I am going to take this shade right here, which is called Hiking in Sedona, and it's like a more warmer orangey brown, like a terracotta, and pretty much doing the same exact thing, just kind of deepening it up a little bit. So taking the brush and kind of running that along my lid, just like with whatever's left on there. And you can leave it at this. I usually will too sometimes. If I am going somewhere like at night, I will add a little bit of this color, which is Don't Raisin Your Voice. It's like a deeper, like plummy brown. And I'll just put that on the outer corner just a little bit to deepen it up. I usually will do this entire like full face look in like 20 minutes. I'm usually rushing everywhere. Okay, if you're kind of getting this shadow like everywhere, you can clean it up. That's usually what I do, or I'll just kind of clean it up with concealer or something. Hiking in Sedona, which is that reddish brown shade. I'm just putting that in my crease. Pretty much it for the eyes. I have some like underneath my eye just from going a little crazy, but that's pretty much it. It only took me like 2-3 minutes to even do that entire eye. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me move on to primer. I'm going to be using the Touch in Sol No Poreblem primer. I love this primer. I'll just put this kind of all over. Now moving on to the star of the show, which is the Lancôme Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. I have talked about this before. I love this foundation. It's not only one of my favorite high-end foundations, just one of my favorite foundations in general. So I have a brand new one because my actual one is a little busted looking. Also, I think they have upgraded their packaging since I have had mine, so this is a brand new bottle. I am in the shade 250 Warm Bisque, or is it Bisque Warm? 250 Bisque Warm, sorry. Everyone that I know always talks about this foundation and like how amazing it is. It's actually because of you guys that I actually even tried this foundation in the first place, because you would always recommend it to me. So I'm taking about that much right there. Applying this with a damp sponge. Foundation is an oil-free. It's really lightweight. It lasts literally forever on your skin. It says it lasts up to 24 hours. I usually don't wear my foundation for 24 hours, but it does last a really long time on my skin. It is a medium to full coverage foundation, so you can build it up. I typically like to keep it more on the medium side, but if I am going out somewhere where I want it to be a little bit more full coverage, I can build it up to that, which I like. So it just goes on your skin so nicely. It just kind of becomes like one with the skin, which I love. It is a natural matte foundation as well, which is my favorite kind of formula or like finish for a foundation. I do like to be matte, but not super dry and cakey matte, you know? Just leaves your skin like super velvety smooth. Also maintains the pH levels in your skin so it lasts all day and doesn't get all cakey or crease up. Does leave you shine free. It is transfer resistant, but it doesn't make you look like flat matte, you know, like you're so flat and dry. It does make you look like you have naturally matte skin, if that makes sense. So this is kind of the coverage that I personally like. This is definitely like medium coverage. I can still see some of my freckles. I will go over certain areas where I want a little bit more coverage, like this little dark spot that will not go away. Also, Lancôme continues to expand their shade range every year. Currently they're sitting at 45 shades, and this is my perfect match. Again, 250 Bisque Warm. It is just like my perfect match for a foundation. I always use this foundation as a shade reference for other ones, like when I'm trying to find like my match online and stuff. Yeah, this is what the foundation looks like all applied and everything. I just love the way it looks on my skin. It just looks so pretty and beautiful and smooth. It's super lightweight, which is like my favorite thing about the foundation. I just don't like when foundations feel so heavy. I mean, I don't think anybody does, but that's what I love about this one. This foundation does retail for $47, and you can find it at LancomeUSA.com. Go ahead and move on to concealer. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm taking the shade 120 and just applying this. To set that, I'm going to take the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder. This is the shade Yellow. I've been loving this powder as of lately. I don't know, like it's so good. So I'm just going to blend out any creases real quick before I set my concealer. Oh, I also wanted to mention, I don't set this foundation. I don't feel like I need to. I'll just set like my chin and kind of like this area. That's my smile lines, but my smile lines actually don't really come through with this foundation, which is another reason why I love it so much. Right, so moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Milani Sunkissed Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. I love this because it is like cool toned enough to like contour with it, but also a little bit warm to warm up the face. It's just like so good. So I'm just applying this as a bronzer and like as my contour. So on my forehead. What a difference bronzer makes. It's insane. On to blush. I know you guys know I use the same blush all the time. I've been trying to venture out and like find new blushes. I actually have been liking this one. It's actually from Lancôme. These are their blush in capitals. It's some Frenchy name, but it's these ones that came in their like spring collection, and they're like little beads like this. So there's some pink, there's some coral, and also like a white little shimmery and gold moment in there. So it kind of gives you a nice little glowy moment. So I try to take more of like the peachy ones in here, but I kind of just dip my brush all in it and make it work. But see, it's really pretty. It gives you like that really natural flush of blush, you know? And I love blush, so I always pack on a little extra on there. Then it has like the little white and gold shimmery ones in there to add a little bit of glow because I like a nice shimmery blush. I'm just going to contour my nose really quick. You guys have seen me do this a million times. Bake the sides of my nose with the same Beauty Bakerie powder. I'm also going to take that under my contour. While I let that sit on my face, I'm just going to go ahead and take some highlight. This is the Pixi Subtle Sunrise Highlighter. It's my favorite, so I don't really switch this up that much. I'm going to apply that to my tops of my cheekbones. For some reason it looks really intense right now. What is going on? I'm going to take a little bit of my brush to kind of get rid of some of that. It looks so intense. What is going on? It usually doesn't look, I mean, you can build it up to be that intense, but I don't want it to be like that. Take a little bit of that, my hair's everywhere, a little bit of that down my nose. Take a little bit of that in my inner corner. I haven't even done my lower lash line. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now moving on to the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take all the shades basically that I took earlier and just mix them all together. I'm using the same brush again just to put that on. my lower lash line. If you don't like going in with like a bigger brush like this, you can always just do that and do it that way, but I don't mind like using a big brush on my lower lash line. And I will add a little bit of that, what's it called? Don't raise in your voice with a smaller brush to like this outer corner. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little frisky, I'll add a little bit to like the top up here just to smoke it out a little bit. Apply some mascara really quick. This is the Elcie mascara. You can definitely just leave it at mascara. You don't have to apply lashes. I'm extra and I like to apply lashes all the time, so I'm going to do that really quick, but you can definitely just stop at this step if you want to. Okay, so now that I have applied lashes, these are the Araceli Chewy lashes. I also dusted away the powder on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the lips. So this is the lip color that I always just grab when I don't know what lipstick to wear. It's just like my go-to. So this is the Ofra Verona lipstick. They have since changed their packaging. This is like their old packaging, but whatever. So I'm just applying that. This is like the perfect color. Yeah, this is the finished look. This is just, like I said, the look that I have just been gravitating to as of the last couple of months. I asked you guys on Instagram too if you wanted to see a tutorial on this look. I posted like the little poll on there. Try out this look. I promise it looks so good on everyone all the time. Like, it's just like, you know, that kind of look that you can wear every single day, like no matter what the occasion is. If you're going out, if you're going to an event, if you're going to Target, you know, it just works. Also, I just want to say a huge thank you to Lancôme for partnering with me for this video. We'll leave a link down below where you can purchase the Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. I have been recommended this foundation by so many people, so definitely try it out. I feel like this will work for every single skin type, skin tone. I'm sure you could find a match in it. I've always really loved their shade range of their foundations. I think that it caters to so many different skin tones, whether you're fair or deep. We'll leave a link for that down below. Anyways, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.